And now it's time for part 2 of the trekking of. Wow, okay, I've been doing a lot of making of videos, and so I got confused there. This is a track from scratch, and I'm gonna keep going. There's also no stereo at all on this sound. I'm just realizing. Let's see, how many of these do I have? I mean, I can't just, like, I suppose I could just do that and just put a... That worked. There's not enough happening here. I mean, okay, if I really... I was trying to be clever with the distribution of the kick here, but I think that's kind of being an issue. That works better. Well, if I'm doing that now, I gotta change where this is going. What was I doing on the kick? Sorry, I was splitting up that one, so this guy comes in a little bit early. So I want some slappy bass stuff to happen in the middle here, but I think I also want some other sounds. I can think of some fun kind of FM stuff that I want to do, but someone in the chat suggested that I do some sidechaining, and I actually do kind of want to do a little bit of quick mastering. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. Alright, so kick, snare. I don't want to do a sub now. I guess I could. Nah, I'll do it. I'll do that later. Nah, I should do it now. Should also separate these. Only got the 2 right now, so it's not like anything different's happening. Making my sub bass. Where's Harmer? I like how I somehow don't know that, even though I use it 10 million times a day. That is probably going to be way too high pitched. Whoa. Nice. And now the other guy. Whoa. How hardcore do I want to go with the side chaining here? Because I was just going to do it with the actual kick and the snare, but I think I want to go super duper. However, for the sub, I will do just normal side chaining. I don't want ramping. There it is. Difference between ramping right there. Very clear, definitive difference between what ramping does. Are there women here? Well, just so you know, I think maybe 1.5% of all of my activity on YouTube is from people who have identified as female. So, chances are no. Yeah, all right, so now we're gonna do super fun automation sidechaining. Fun fact, if you have an automation clip and you hold down shift and you drag a point, it will keep it at its vertical location no matter what. So that's a fun little thing to do. If I actually want to put this here, do something like that. A lot of you should have seen me do this before. All right, so that looks pretty kicky. That might be a little too much. But that is definitely too much. That's actually good. Okay, I like it. Kick and now snare. Snare will be slightly different. A little deeper and longer. Wow. And less pre. Nice. So now I have to calibrate this. So actually I could just stick this to third step like that and I'll know where kicks are. Because some of the kicks happen early. So on point, off point. So the off point is here, right? Wait. On, off. Why don't you show up? Why is there no note there? Oh, because I'm like hilariously faster than what I'm supposed to be doing. That's why. Okay. Because the on's over here. Yep. I'll have to calibrate this as well, but I expected so. So then off, and then doof doof in the middle here. And then nothing past that, right? Oh, there's a snare hit. Now, let's look at what this does. I'm not going to actually use the limiter, but I just want to use it as for metering. Quite a bit. Nice. Somebody asked how steep am my high pass filters. I'm assuming you're talking about in the separate subbing business, and it's mostly just a taste. I usually use like full on steep 8, but then like I'm kind of attenuating it. That's fine. For like what I want, that's fine. Now, this is basically the same thing twice, so I'm just gonna copy and paste it. That is really. I haven't even done. There's a lot about this that might not survive. But I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to make sure I actually make something out of this. Wow, that's a lot of high frequencies. Dear God. Oops. Okay. I accidentally had the hat going to the master and to the hat bus, drums bus, and that was why that phasing was happening. Now let's see if I did my job right. Many times I have discussed that if I do this right, the only thing that ends up in the low area is the sub and the sub of the kick. Turn the actual sub off. Oh, what? Oh, because I sidechained it. Smart person. That's kind of okay. That's really kind of loud, isn't it? Someone subscribed. Necro Dancer subscribed. Woo! That means I update the button. Where's my button at? 26. 4 more, and I will commit to doing a hardstyle track the next track from scratch. If people are missing what that means. So, we haven't actually heard this at like max volume yet, so here it is. Now, I really think that I got the levels right, but if I didn't, I'm about to play this, and it's about to get a lot louder. Even though my voice didn't get louder, everything else is. So, prepare yourselves. Playing in 3, 2, 1. What the shit? I missed a sub. When did I miss a sub? I see no sub. Now it's way off balance with speaking level. I'm looking at my levels. I guess my voice is really goddamn quiet, isn't it? Let me turn that up a bit. Turn up my voice, turn up my voice. I guess, I mean, because if I say something, yeah, loudness, I kind of peak. I'll see what that's like in the recording. If it's not too bad, I'll keep it like that. Is that a little bit better in terms of voice level? Because now you can turn it down, and like you can still hear me talk. Just add sound goodizer. I want to put something else in there. Some more bass things to play. Although now I'm like, because I've been hearing it so many times, I'm like used to the negative space in there, but I don't want there to be negative space. Let's do an FM good. I'm not too worried about using citrus on things that don't have legato if I'm not going to play them with legato. Like if I'm just going to play single notes, that's whatever. Then I don't care. That's totally fine. Look at me trying to be all organized. Although everything's named Patcher, so it's not, I'm not going all the way. Am I not still loud? My voice loud? Make my voice louder? I can make it even louder. But now I'm gonna peak a lot. Yeah. That's whatever. I'll just turn it down for now. It's not as if you should be monitoring at maximum volume anyway. I'm not monitoring at maximum volume. I'm monitoring at like 15% volume. So it's kind of hard for me to know for my own thing how loud it is. It's Felvin. Is that who I subscribed? Who I missed? See, this is why I need to have like sub notification systems, because there are systems for this thing. Okay, someone else just subscribed. DJ Zorro. It's kind of a nice name. So whatever. I don't care. I'll put down two. So we're looking at 2 more until guaranteed hardstyle track. I was gonna say something about maximum volume. Yeah, I'm not listening very loudly, even if it appears to be recorded at full level. So let's do some FM hilariousness. I usually like to have an EQ open in post in the beginning, just so I can have analysis. I can look at what particular things are doing to the sound. So, see, that's interesting. Because this is just a sine wave. I haven't done it and didn't do anything to it. That's interesting. Interesting. So I still want the mod control to be on top here. Arr, 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 arr. I didn't do much, did it? Let's see a fun trick. This is pre-distortion EQ, remember? People are, what? Giving me orders? What? Something about nipples and questions. I don't know about that. Maybe not with this. Because that's certainly weird now. Let's try something more regular again. That's because this is really quiet, isn't it? No, it's regular level. Could always do the tried and true. Well, that really didn't work with the EQ in there. It's very interesting. That's because... fascinating. Now that's just weird looking. So now the challenge with this is that there are certain kinds of automation that I'd like to do with a sound like this, like the kind of sharp dunk 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 kind of hits, but I can't do that with a foot thing, like for real. However, I do have a kind of an alternative, and that is I could actually make this a performance mode project where instead of triggering, I could have my pedals, my steps, instead of the switches triggering patch changes, I can set them up to trigger automation. So I could play a note and hit one of them, and one of them can be a kind of thing. That's a possibility. Anyway, I'm not totally sure about this particular. Let's just see what this sounds like in context. So we're looking at that's way too high. How short of a hit is that? Why does that... Okay, hold on. This note goes too long. So one of them hits in the middle, so it's that. I'm gonna just select one of these. Activate automation clip. Let's do something standard. Something standard. How many of these are gonna fit? Not very many. That sounds dumb. I can start with the sharpness, I just can't continue sharpness. Someone just subscribed. Zirkits. Spell with Z's. People think we have 30. Do I have 30? Two people subscribe. Before I noticed. Scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up, scrolling up. Yep, some 2 people subscribe. Factort. And so yeah, now I have 30 subscribers. All right. Congratulations, you guys. I'm doing a hardstyle track next time. Next time being when I finish this track, whatever this is. So that might actually kind of be a while from now, but I am doing it. That's a thing that's happening. You could take that to the bank. Unlike the sound I have right now, this cannot be taken to any kind of bank. No transaction will be allowed. My downfall, I think, was trying to be fucking clever with this. What does that sound? Why does that sound wrong? Oh, because it's probably too slow. It's also really quiet, but the quietness isn't really. All right, let's try something fun. Wow. That didn't work. Where is the hardstyle track? Be patient. All right, 0-0. So that's kind of neat. And then, but then actually also. Ooh. That does sound a little bit better. I kind of want some stereo though. So let's what do I want to do to induce stereo? I could try a reverb, but that sounds kind of stupid. Let me try a chorus plugin right before the original distortion. When the hell am I getting Zircon? When am I getting Zircon? Like, on an interview or something? Be a good idea. He's cool. Well, now the mix is like 1,000 degrees off. Let's play from the beginning of the loop, shall we? So this first one comes in at kind of an awkward time. I think it's because this is a little too long. Yeah, I need to like... This needs to come in like in the half. That was weird. I think I will, however, just do straight, like... Wasn't what I kind of wanted, but that was interesting nonetheless. I can play that with a controller. I might not be able to play that. Yeah. All right, now I need to put in the sub for this part, which I think is just more G and more F. I need to listen to this louder for a second. All right, so there's like a lot of stuff wrong with this, but I like the kind of the general direction, and I'm probably not even going to keep that sound, that sound. But actually, I have an idea about that. So there's some options there, but yeah. I'm not into a lot of this stuff that's happening, but I can make this something that I like. I can work with this. So I think this is pretty good. We're about out of time for today. So we did the hour-and-a-half thing. That's good. That's one point with that. I got lessons later, so I'm going to do some of those. I will be resuming this on Wednesday. So for right now, my schedule is 2 p.m. EDT, or just Eastern time. It's EDT because it's Eastern Daylight Time, because we did daylight savings. Normally it'd be EST, which is EDT is -4 GMT. So 2 p.m. EDT, Mondays and Wednesdays. That's Track from Scratch. And that'll be my current streaming schedule until I get my website up, when I'll be bringing back the track reviews, the live mixes, and the sound design requests. There'll be a lot of those. Yeah, so I'll see you on Wednesday. If you have any questions about this, let me know. And as usual, have a nice day. All right, that'll be where I cut it off on the recording. Someone subscribed.